Yeah, basketball coach. You teach kindergarten, kindergarten, janitor. I mean, he does it all. He is the man. So
they couldn't find anybody else.
He's also an ag teacher, just representing their place. Jake can give me a hard time on it. But if you will, guys, kind of tell them a little bit about
Yes. Hey, let's get all this on camera with the kids and everything. Pay attention now. Huh? All right. This has been about 3 years ago, and we were near this neighborhood, and the Lord said, "I want you to go into this neighborhood." And I was like, "Okay." And so it was kind of scary at first because I was used to my neighborhood. And so we've been doing VBSs, at our church for a couple years. And he said, "I want you to do the VBS in their neighborhood." And so we did a superhero theme and everything. And one day when I was in the neighborhood, he says, "I'm going to give you the neighborhood." That's what the Lord said. And if you pray the prayer of, it's in Psalms chapter 2, I believe. If you pray for nations, he says, "Ask for the heathen as your inheritance." And you pray for heathens, you pray for countries, you pray for neighborhoods, and you ask you want it to give it back to Jesus, right? And so he said, "I'm going to give you a neighborhood." And so we came in and we had a pretty good impact on the neighborhood. But then I just kind of, anybody ever, God told you to do something and you just kind of left it for a while? So the Lord started stirring me a couple months ago about this neighborhood, and I was like, man, I haven't been in that neighborhood in a long time. I'm feeling kind of guilty, I haven't been in the neighborhood. So he just told me, he said, just drive through the neighborhood and start with, praying. So I was driving through a couple months ago, and I just say, "Lord, what do you want to do in this neighborhood?" And so started with a simple prayer, and I was still feeling kind of guilty. And then I got back from Africa. We were in Africa, and James was on my heart, so we were talking together right after we were back. I probably still had jet lag. And I said, we were talking about foreign missions, and then I said, "Well, man, we need to do missions in the town, in the city." And he goes, "Well, I got this perfectly trained, awesome, mature group of teenagers." I think he's talking about y'all. And that's what he said.
I just go with it.
Okay. God, you pass tests, but he grades on a curve, right? You pass, life is all about tests, and you think, I didn't do so well on that test, but somehow you passed if you stick with it, right? And that's what's so awesome about the Lord is as long as you stick in there and hang in there and stay, you'll pass the test. He'll give you the right answer, and as long as you stay with it. And so anyway, I said, "Well, if you've got the mature, awesome, good-looking, pretty, dedicated to Jesus kids, then I've got the neighborhood." And so I was praying for a way to get back into the neighborhood, and James was like, "Well, hey, we want to go back into the neighborhood with you, And so anyway, I was really excited about that. I've been talking to our people about it, and I was praying 2 mornings ago, and the Lord said, "I'm going to give you strategies about neighborhoods, and how to go into neighborhoods and how to share me with neighborhoods and whole regions and areas." And I just think that's exciting, getting outside of the 4 walls of the church. You go to assemble at your church to get equipped so that then you can go out of the 4 walls and then to bring Christ to wherever you go. Okay, so we are the church and we are together. Another awesome thing is different churches linking together and seeing themselves as the church, and that's this. In the last days, we're going to have to be more unified. Not, well, it's your church does that, my church does this, but we're all the church, and we're all pursuing Jesus Christ with all our heart. And in the last days, we're going to depend on each other, and those that really sincerely love Jesus and love His Word are going to have to rely on each other to do His works. And that's the other theme here, and not only Carthage and Church in Marshall, but also the church here, Galilee Baptist, and there's 3 other churches in this neighborhood. So I was with the Reverend from Galilee Thursday. We were walking the neighborhood together, and you know, some of our kids were here and they're praying for the sick and elderly and stuff like that. And he's like, "Man, this is great," you know. And I said, "You know, I don't know that I could have seen us doing this 10 years, maybe 10 years ago. Definitely not 20. I couldn't see us like doing this. But now it's so natural, you know, and it seems so easy, you know." So anyway, I don't know if any of that makes sense. And today, you could have 2 people show up. You could have 50. You know, it really doesn't matter. It's about us being obedient to Christ. It's about us being here. It's about us praying for the neighborhood and fellowshipping, enjoying each other. Okay, and He's going to honor the beginning, and so look forward to, you know, more opportunities.
The gentleman that owns the Barbecue Express, this is his lot.
This is his lot, and what he does when we do a function, he's like, I'll clean it up. It's going to be ready, and then he also is donating chicken wings. You know, so, and it's great barbecue, by the way. Yeah, great stuff. So anybody have any questions or anything? I mean, I'm so excited. I mean, it's like crazy that it's actually happening. We talked, end of March 21st. So it's been about 30 days since we talked, you know. But you know, God, do y'all believe God hears your prayers? Huh? Even the simple prayers. I was in a track meet in 1992, junior in high school, and I was at LSU. Where's my LSU? I was at LSU running the 2 mile. Way too big to run the 2 mile, but I was running it because I'm too slow for the sprints.
Me too.
But I was running in the state meet, and I ran a really good first mile, and I was done. You know, and there's like 2,000 people in the stand, and so I said, "Lord, if you let me finish the 2nd mile with dignity, I'll do anything for you. I'll even go to Africa." Okay? So he called me to Africa last March, and we're getting ready to land, right? And I'm not thinking about that's a horrible prayer, right? Selfish. I mean, I'm praying for myself that I don't look bad in front of the stands, right? Okay? It's horrible prayer. But he heard it, right? And when we were getting ready to land, we were, I don't know, 1,000 feet from touching down, and he said to me, "I knew you would come." And I mean, it just really blew me away, you know.
So you're racing me too?
Huh?
You know, sister, how'd you doing?
Yeah, I came in 4th at 195 pounds, and I ran a 4:59 my first leg, and a 5:30 my second.
That's not bad.
So it was dignity, and I didn't win, but I didn't just drop out. But anyway, what I'm saying is he hears your prayers, the prayers that you're praying. He hears the prayers of the destitute, and I was destitute that day. So, anything else? I hear you guys are going to teach us some games.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Great.
Guys, here's what I want to do. I'm trying to look over our field.